know what I like? Coins. That's right, these things. Sure, they're everywhere, but so are donuts, and everyone seems to like those, so why not coins? No, I'm not doing that answer my own questions thing again. I'm asking you why you don't think this isn't the best thing in gaming ever. Some things just go together. Peanut butter and chocolate, love and marriage, coins and fucking video games, my friend. That is where it all started, after all. Coin-op games, I mean. From day one, the average gamer needed to pay to play. We couldn't all have access to the MIT Computer Lab. For the masses, it was Pong or nothing. Arcade quickly started pumping out some absolute banger titles, but it was always the same. If you wanted to spin, you had to toss some coins in to the machine. Which, come on, that's a genius idea. One which I think was truly the next best thing to sliced bread. Treating a game like a parking meter. Just, for parking your kid. Growing up, we had a laundromat in town with 3 old cabinets. Originally, I was exposed to arcade games just to stay out of my mom's way. Soon enough, I was spinning by once a week, laundry or not. Anytime I found a quarter, my first thought was, alright, Galaga time. That or Neo Geo's multi-machine. I mean, Donkey Kong 3 was there, but Candy cost $1, chips more so. But a few minutes of fun was just 25 cents. So I was already primed to notice and single-mindedly hone in on any round disc of metal laying about. Even those square Atari coins caught my eye. To me, all that glitters was coin. I can't name the first game that had you collect coins. I mean, you can try looking it up. There are a lot of coins, and even more things one would consider coin-adjacent. Coin-adjacent, please. Coins didn't need a friend. You're lucky people mistake you for a coin, Sonic Ring.
Please, Tails, grab those coins. I need them for laundry.
I mean, I never popped a ring into a hopper to play Dig Dug, but I would. I used to have this 3-year-long running feud over the high score in arcade Dig Dug with the same guy. It was worth every penny. Because real games are all about points.
My client wants points.
What does that mean?
It means points. Duh. Lots of them. And no points, and we walk.
Do stuff, numbers go up. It just feels good. If it didn't, would Cookie Clicker ever have managed to take off? Or any of those idle games, typically loaded with coins, mind you? Just like arcade games, those mobile games survive off of gobbling up your spare change. So you dive in and just see how you can maximize your score while minimizing your cost. It's not just about how long you are playing, it's about how much you are scoring. If you had more points than someone else who played before, you won. Even if you didn't beat the game. Something you probably wouldn't do without enough coins anyway. Now, what happens when you don't have a way to feed quarters into your nest machine? Well, how else do you get a second try? Grab the coins inside the game. That's right. They'll let you play longer too. Get enough of them and you get a free one-man. Sure, some things will give an extra guy straight up. Those typically tend to be some sort of severed head.
And why do the enemies drop power-ups all the time?
They just naturally drop power-ups.
It's a picture of Mega Man's head. It's clearly been made for Mega Man.
But coins can be set to give you a fraction of a one-up. Unfortunately, it's not 4 quarters to $1. It's closer to pennies, making you work for it. So you really need to look for coin heavens. The same way you had to work to get enough quarters to play Donkey Kong. I mean, not so much in the clouds, more like parking lots, but it still tracks. Initially, coins were just put in to raise your score, with extra tries awarded for hitting different benchmarks. They started off as just part of the way you gain free plays, until suddenly console games stopped being so influenced by arcades. Finally, having an ending was the norm. Points and progression in equal measure. Now that coins are pulling double duty as a score bonus and free lives on their own, this added extra value to grabbing what amounts to glowing litter as you run around having fun. Each bauble getting you closer to making it further. Every game over, a new high score. The twinkling colors and sparkly sounds just makes it feel good. Like grabbing a lot of small rewards frequently. Think about grabbing a Pringle. It's designed to be addictive and done so mindlessly over and over. Sure, the high score still hung around, but it was more of an afterthought. You'd see it as you punched in your initials. A final payoff for a job well done.
Good job!
And bragging rights when your friend thinks, wrongfully so, that they're better at video games than you. I'm the balloon trip champion. Anyone saying otherwise is a liar. So games started getting designed around coins from the ground up, taking something the developers know you will want to track down and using it as a teaching tool. Placing coins in the air to guide you along your jump arcs, and even teaching you when it's okay to make a leap of faith. Getting you used to trusting that something good might happen if you follow some of the out-of-the-way coins. Showing you hidden paths, or taking you to a power-up room, whatever. You won't know until you try. Obviously, this can be used as a misdirection to steal a life, or at least get you hit by an enemy. Reminding you to stay cautious and whittling away some of the extra lives you would have been picking up from following the same coin lines earlier. This was so ingenious that it became a staple of core game design to come. Something everything, even those coin-adjacent collectibles, will do for a natural sense of conveyance. No longer just a part of the game, but in many ways the most meaningful way for the developers to communicate with the players. You know when you play a game that just feels off? It was probably the coin placement. A game really lays itself bare in its design, with something as simple as where it puts the little grabbables. I can't tell you how often I stopped playing a ROM hack because it was clear the maker thought it'd be funny to make the game unfun. You need to be able to trust the developers also want you to enjoy yourself. Platformers became known more for running around and grabbing coins than the very platform hopping it was named after, which naturally led to growing eye blind towards coins as a whole. Think about blocks in Mario. You won't go bopping each one of them looking for secrets when you're fairly sure you don't need anything they got to offer. Once you're confident enough in your ability to not eat a big one while playing, you aren't going to bother so much for extra lives. Sure, you'll still go after 1-ups, but those are rare and exciting. Regular coins? Who needs them? I got princesses to save. Games had to change up some things to make sure coins stayed relevant. You can add a third benefit to them, sure. Use them as hit points, or let you trade some in early to get a power up if you aren't saving up for 100 each time. Heck, you could even make the whole game about getting as many goodies as possible. Because see, you should never get bored of picking up a coin in a game that's largely based around, well, collecting coins. It won't hurt the game as a whole, it will make it less fun. Suddenly it's less about exploring and more about exploiting the game. Once you get tired of playing a game, but love it enough to keep playing anyway, you end up as one of two types of gamers. Either a speedrunner, meticulously assessing the value of every action and path, only getting or killing something if it's optimal for your run, and that's if you're lucky. We unlucky few end up as game journalists, overthinking every choice that led you to not grabbing that coin. Starting a YouTube gaming channel more about analysis than gameplay is a midlife crisis. Just for people who'd rather die than leave the house. The same type of people who spend 3 hours playing a game, then 30 hours thinking about what they just experienced. I don't know if it's healthy. I do know my phone has keyboard screen burn so bad, I just assume it's factory standard. Anyways, so what happens to a franchise that doesn't abandon the coin-adjacent gimmick? Or just straight up changes it to a currency? Looking at you, Mega Man. I saw what you did.
He just wears a helmet.
I mean, I'm not mad, just disappointed. If you aren't changing it up, you gotta add more. Toss in special coins that directly affect progress, or unlock extra stages and paths. Perhaps ones that come in a set, and if you get all of them in each stage, you not only get another life, but a collection menu that gives you an even better sense of accomplishment than snagging loosely mandatory coins for each world. One that says, hey, I didn't have to do this, I chose to. This here is textbook inflation. The more types of coins you give me, the more I need to keep the same hit of dopamine that has me crawling through the sewers and ramming my head literally into walls. Now, if you're Germany after World War I or Super Mario, you won't let that stop you. You double down. More coins, more colors, more fleeting moments of joy that make me forget about the looming energy bill because it's still 90 degrees in September somehow. If you're wondering how many types of coins is too many, the answer is no. I need yellow coins, red coins, blue coins, purple coins, dragon coins, dark coins, ace coins, advanced coins, green coins, core coins. Hey, no, not you. Get out of here, question coin. You only spawn star bits and stuff. You're a glorified switch. Your only value is when you make better coins appear. I know I've been focusing a lot on Mario here, but be honest, when you think coin, you think Mario. Even though they didn't do it first, they did it best. Most games, I grab coins like it's my job, with as little effort as possible. It's a special game that makes me go out of my way to clear out a room of every last bit of set dressing. You could argue that it's the point of the game, and you're not wrong. That's what this is all about. You can't just pull a banjo, nuts and bolts, and tell me collecting shiny doodahs is pointless. That's my call, not yours. If you put coins in your games, make them worth it. Have them be something I want to grab, not something I just run into. A well-placed coin is... okay, take pizza. A sloppy pizza still tastes good, right? Sometimes you might just cover every inch of it with pepperoni. The best edible coin to ever be cut, but even that doesn't stack up to perfect pepperoni placement. I expect the devs to put the effort into making coins fun, not just there. You want them to feel special. A little treat quickly followed by another, and yet more coins. Carefully not overdoing it. You want them to be so satisfying you'd walk straight into a trap just to get one more. Coins are the very skeleton of a game. The overlooked backbone makes the whole thing work. Some people play for points. Others play for sport. But the only thing I'm playing for is something that makes me feel good. I want something satisfying that doesn't take me 2 hours or more to do. I don't think it's asking too much to want each stage to be enjoyable. Sure, a hard stage can pay off when you beat it. But if that's the whole game, I'm gonna skip it. I'm not a big fan of Lost Levels or Dark Souls for that very reason. I mean, I beat both those games. What? What? I did? Just when I beat Dark Souls, my reaction was, fucking finally. Not, oh man, I can't wait to play that again. It was pretty fun. Those games felt good to beat because of the release of being done. Like starting a fight just for the makeup sex. I don't want to upset myself to enjoy returning to my boring ass day-to-day life. Though, that's a discussion for another day. I think we did a pretty decent job explaining why coins are pretty much my favorite thing to come from a video game. At least a baseline to build on the next time the discussion comes up. Games are constantly changing, which is a good thing. Just remember to make new game mechanics, but keep the old. For new power-ups are silver, but collecting coins is gold. If you're still around after all that, maybe drop a comment here or head over to the Discord and tell me what coins are your favorite. Me, I like the spinny ones. I'd also like to give a very special thank you to our supporters over on Patreon, and a normal thank you to everyone else. Until next time, stay comfy.